What up, boys? Something different today. Last night I watched Summerslam 2018 and decided, why not? We're gonna do a speed breakdown of it. I'm gonna try to make this short because, homies right now don't want to watch long ass videos, so I understand that. Just trying to get that like and subscribe and liking numbers up. Let's get it. Boom. Starting off, Seth Rollins defeats Dolph Ziggler for the Intercontinental Championship. With Drew McIntyre and Dean Ambrose on the outside, the two opposing sides had their own mayhem management. So anytime Dolph and McIntyre were trying anything, Ambrose was right there just cutting it up. Ziggler busts Rollins' head open with a zigzag, but dirty deeds on the outside to Drew McIntyre distracted Ziggler enough for Rollins to hit a super kick, a stomp, and then the 3 count. Next match, New Day defeats the Bludgeon Brothers via disqualification. They didn't win the SmackDown Tag Team belts. After high-flying tricks from Xavier and slams from Big E, the Bludgeon Brothers power bombs just couldn't do it. And then they eventually used their bludgeons. It looked like plastic, but they used that to defeat the New Day, escaping with their title. Braun Strowman defeats Kevin Owens to retain his Money in the Bank contract. Kevin Owens caught the hands. There ain't no tomfoolery about that. Charlotte Flair defeats Becky Lynch and Carmella for the SmackDown Women's title. Charlotte and Becky's friendship crippled in front of our eyes, starting from Foxy slap from Carmella to the back of Becky's head. And it made it seem like it was Charlotte's slap, so then the two, of course, butted heads. Eventually, Charlotte hits the natural selection on Becky Lynch, and then 1, 2, 3, match over. Charlotte is the new champion. It ended in like hugs and kisses or whatever from Becky Lynch and Charlotte, but after that, it ends in a bitch slap from Becky Lynch to Charlotte, ending the friendship completely. Charlotte was left over the announcer's table crying and all that. Samoa Joe defeats AJ Styles via disqualification, and he did not win the WWE Championship. So of course the storyline there was about AJ Styles and his family, but AJ Styles and Joe just kind of exchanged personal strikes throughout the match. Joe takes advantage, and it looks like he's about to wrap it up when he calls out AJ's wife, who was sitting ringside, saying, AJ isn't going to make it, but I'll be your daddy after this. And then, of course, AJ takes it personally, freaks out, and attacks Samoa Joe with the chair. Joe did not look happy after the match. There's some red lights that made him look like the devil. So I'm assuming next match will be like a chairs match or no disqualification. Elias comes out and breaks his guitar like a dumbass. That's it. The Miz defeats Daniel Bryan. Exchanging stolen moves, the match gets more and more personal, so, they have this whole extended period of their rivalry, starting from the beginning when Daniel Bryan was just some kid. Miz loses control. Daniel Bryan's about to wrap up the match. They get outside, and Maurice, who's actually ringside, hands the Miz some brass knuckles. Bryan tries to attack while Miz hits him with the brass knuckles, knocking him out, and Miz wins. Finn Balor defeats Baron Corbin. Finn Balor released his alter ego. He was that whole creepy mouth monster and whatever. And I don't even think Corbin landed a strike. It was all Balor. Shinsuke Nakamura defeats Jeff Hardy to keep the United States Championship. So Hardy was mocking Nakamura, doing his weird, sort of like face movements, the weird hand gestures and stuff like that. And he also escaped another uppercut to the nuts. He misses a swanton bomb along ringside, and that really just marked the end for it. And then Shinsuke hit the Kinshasa for the 1, 2, 3 count. And then Randy Orton actually comes out, approaches the ring, and then turns right back around. We thought it was going to be a beating for Hardy, but apparently the Viper didn't want to strike there. Ronda Rousey defeats Alexa Bliss for the Raw Women's Championship. Before the match, of course, Natalya comes out, and she is met with a round of applause. due to the passing of her late father, Jim Neidhart, one of the original Hearts. But to the actual match, Ronda took over. Ronda toyed with Bliss. Essentially, she sat in the middle of the ring with her eyes closed, allowing Bliss to strike because she was afraid to get in the ring. And it basically ended with Ronda ripping her arm off, possibly breaking it. That could be a next storyline with Bliss with a broken arm. And then the Bella Twins and Natalya emerge and congratulate her with hugs and kisses, blah, blah, blah. So Roman Reigns defeats Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship. This one started off a little confusing. Well, not confusing, but surprising. Strowman actually runs out immediately and says, whoever wins this fight, I'm taking them on for the Universal Championship. So then it starts with a flurry of attacks. Roman Reigns actually hits multiple Superman punches, multiple spears on Lesnar, but Lesnar actually turns around and hits some suplexes, some F5s, the Deathlock, whatever his submission is. And then once Lesnar has control, he goes to the outside to attack Strowman. He hits him with a chair, hits him with the F5 because he's confident he's going to win, and then he's going to take on a weakened Strowman. Lesnar returns to the ring and is met with a spear from Roman Reigns. 1, 2, 3, new Universal Champion. Strowman was not actually able to cash in. Apparently, Lesnar beat him up enough that he couldn't cash in. Thanks for watching. Comment if you want me to keep up on these pay-per-view events. I'm assuming I'll see most of them, so I can do reviews every single time. Like and subscribe, homies. Peace.